What's up, YouTube world? I am the girl you can trust, Tarot, and I am back with another reading on the recap from the very last reading I did. Listen, hey collective, I feel y'all energies, and I know it's been quite interesting overcoming all of these different energies with this retrograde. But this is a recap from the very last reading, so if you didn't see it, I want to admonish you to go back and check it out, because listen, there is some powerful messages in this reading. If you did catch it, then you saw how the cards were just flying out. They had a lot to say, and so Spirit led me to come back and do a recap on it. If you guys did follow it, you saw some of you guys might have had a connection with someone where you felt really tied up, you know, really attached. But now you guys are really releasing these cords and untangling yourself. But I saw where a divine masculine was holding on for dear life, you know, not really wanting to let go of the codependencies and all these different energies. But as we are moving into this new era, you guys are manifesting these new dynasties, and they're going to come with an abundance of spiritual and material rewards, collective. So listen, we had 6 cards on this spread. Well, actually 7. Originally it was 3 cards. The first 3 was the Moon card, the 3 of Wands, and the Chariot. So, you know, for me, Spirit is really giving me more insight on these messages. 36, 38 on the timer. Some of you guys could be 36 or 41 years old. But we have the Moon card here, and that is, you know, the mother. Okay, so if you talk about the Moon card and the Chariot, that's Cancer energy. God really gave me some insight on the 4th house, but I had more insight in regards to this Moon card and the Chariot. First and foremost, we are in 2023, which is the 7th year according to the tarot. It's major arcana, it's the Chariot, it's success, it's, you know, movement, it's triumph. So many of us are coming out of, you know, these old energies that we have been in with, you know, this Moon card here talking all about, you know, just sometimes feeling blocked, you know, feeling like, you know, you can't really see. Some of you guys could have been experiencing just energies outside of the self, you know, those old powers that have been, that are losing their power now, how they've been really going through it, okay? And they have been holding on to these light beings, you know, those who are really, really ready to move into this new earth, you know, these new paradigms, these new upgrades in your thinking. They've been trying to hold on to keep us stuck, but Spirit say no. And so with the Moon card and the Chariot being here as the first 3 cards, Spirit began to give me a greater revelation and an insight, and I really felt led to share it with you all. So many of you guys could feel your intuition really heightened. You know, you may be really tuned into your dream state right now. Some of you guys are really coming into knowledge of hidden knowledge, secrets that were kept before. And so at first, my interpretation of the reading was that something was trying to keep the collective blocked. Okay, and with the 2 of Wands as the clarifier, the 2 of Wands is all about your intuition, options, choices, you know, independence, you know, just planning and charting ahead, you know, your vision. And so my first interpretation of the reading was that someone wanted to stop you from moving ahead, but Spirit said, with the 3 of Wands showing up here, baby, some of you guys are possibly, of course, traveling into this new earth, okay? But some of you guys are moving abroad, all right? Some of you guys are planning, you guys are moving with the energy of success. You're in it, even if things might have seemingly looked completely opposite of what you're manifesting. You're not moved by the illusion. You understand that you are the director of your movie. And so many of you guys are tapped in, and Spirit say, we coming back behind it, and we're gonna back it up with this Chariot with major success. So I wanted to dig in deeper to some of the downloads with these messages that was after I did this reading. Okay, so the Spirit of God is assisting you all in this season, collective, with transmuting any and all distortions in your biofield within each of your energetic centers in your physical body. So you guys have been transmuting any and all distortions. We got so much assistance right now. I'm talking about on every level, collective. You guys are so divinely protected, and Spirit has sent in aid to help assist us in these activations, in these awakenings, in these moving into this new earth, in these DNA upgrades. And so these DNA upgrades, collective, it's happening to place you in the driver's seat on a daily basis. Okay, so these retrogrades in Virgo was not by coincidence. With the Virgo card, the Hermit card showing up here is the last major arcana. So I want to get into more of what is this. So it says, so many of you guys have also been identifying with who you've been sharing yourself with, who you've been sharing your information with, and you're learning to trust yourself and release what's no longer serving you in the third dimension so that you can move in these fourth and fifth dimensions. Many of you guys are really identifying who you've been sharing your energy with. And those who you can't trust 100%, you're excommunicating yourself from the connection. You're extracting the value from those toxic situations of old, okay? Those experiences, and I don't want to just, when I say toxic, all of it was a part of, our journey. We all chose to come here. We're all waking up to the fact that we're not victims, that we have a warrior with this Emperor card showing up here, the divine spirit, the divine father. We are now discerning our value, okay? We're discerning our value, and we're really discerning about who we share our value with. Because some of these experiences that we went through, collective, some of us have almost experienced near-death experiences, near-death situations. Many of you guys could have had traumatic accidents, or you could have been in relationships with people where you felt like you were literally going to lose your mind, connected to someone who was very narcissistic in such a way that kept you where you were second guessing your every move. You knew at once upon a time how to trust God for yourself, and then you got so confused where you didn't even identify with yourself anymore. You didn't even know who you were when you looked in the mirror. You had lost yourself so much, okay? So many of us are strategizing and moving out of this with a Chariot card, and we're moving abroad, okay, collective? So let me slow down because I feel like I'm speaking so fast. But many of us are strategizing in all battles, okay? So many of us are learning to read our opponent because we're understanding, the cause and effect, the sowing and the reaping. You know what I mean? We're really getting a greater understanding of that, and we're developing in this balance-like energy. So we've learned to read our opponents without, revealing our hand. We're really learning how, I don't know how to play spades or anything like that, but we're really learning how to play and roll the dice, all right? Many of us are really upgraded in our wisdom. We're not operating from that naive place anymore. And we're also tuned into our inner child. So we're playing it like it's a game. We're not taking things too serious, collective. So you guys have been analyzing their tactics, and you guys have victory. Your victory has been determined by the games that your enemies thought they could play and pull the wool they thought they can pull over your eyes. So it's been quite interesting. And you guys have learned how to defend without attacking. You guys have learned how to defend without attacking because you learn how to analyze situations, okay? You guys are becoming more aware and alert to the rigmarole that's been playing around in the head space, on that conscious level, okay? So the bullies can't play these games with you anymore. They can't play these games with you anymore. So let me move on to some of it. Y'all see, I got so much, so many books, y'all. I just be writing, and Spirit give it to me. So many of you guys are tapping in with this moon card showing up here to the Divine Mother. You're tapping in and tuning in into your intuition. And the Divine Mother is the water, it's the subconscious. And that is what we're going to have to operate in order to move into these new earth-like experiences. I just want to say, collective, we made it. We've completed it. We've completed the first half, collective. As we are in this Aquarius age with this star card on the deck, Major Arcana, Divine Father, Divine Spirit, okay, the fire of God, the Emperor is backing us, and we are healing, okay? We are healing and moving into this deep introspection with the Virgo card here. We're in Virgo. We're in this Mercury retrograde, 11/11 on the timer, 11/13. Some of your guys could be, your birthday could be November 13th, November 16th. But many of you guys are transmuted and alchemizing as you guys have done this inner work. What Spirit said, I want to just encourage you, for those of you guys who know that you've been working to heal generational curses within your bloodline. Spirit wanted me to remind you that each and every individual that has not abused their power, because the only unforgivable sin is to abuse your power, because we're now moving into this era of superpowers. You hear me? Each zodiac has a superpower, but you individually are recognizing that you are the divine nature of God in this earth realm, in this human experience. You are divine. You are of divine nature. Excuse me, collective. I dropped my book. You are in divine nature, okay? And so many of you guys are tapped in. You're tapped into the subconscious, okay? Which is the Divine Mother, Divine Feminine, because the age of Pisces is over. That era is over. We're now into the era where you're going to have to know that age of Aquarius. Okay, we are in that era where you have to be tuned into the feminine, the Divine Feminine. And so the Divine Father, which is the Emperor here on this spread, the Divine Father is the element of fire and water, but Divine Father is the collective consciousness, and the role of the Divine Father is to his role is to, I don't know if it's enforce, I don't want to say enforce because that's not the right word, but the role is to implicate conscious righteousness. Righteous consciousness is the word. And so with this age of Aquarius, it's going to require you to live on a level of righteous consciousness, okay? And so Spirit, Divine Father is of the fire element, okay? But the patriarchal system, we've completed this half. And so now we're getting ready to move. We're in, collective, in the Aquarius age. And so now we're having to really move in the spirit. We have to manifest what we want by plugging into our subconscious. We can no longer, like how the old way of doing things, which is, okay, I go out now and I look for a job. I go out, if I have a problem, I'm going outside to solve the problem. We're going externally to solve the problem. That is no longer going to work in this season. You're going to have to come up, in your energetic fields and tap into the subconscious to manifest what you want. You can't even just depend on anyone else's energy. And so the element of God is on a spiral-like wheel. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself. I hope y'all are following along with me, because all of this with sharing it is it's pretty new. But I'm hoping that you guys are getting exactly what it is that I am sharing right now. But the divine father is of air and fire. And the emperor is the warrior of the zodiac. The Aries is the warrior of the zodiac. And that is their superpower. Okay, the Cancer is the mother, the womb mother. So there is healing that's taking place, guys. We are healing, you know, this sacred feminine and masculine energy on a collective level, because why? We are all one. We're learning how to alchemize things. And what Spirit wanted me to share with you guys, many of you guys are moving into your soul families, where you're going to be connecting with new friends. You're going to have warm receptions. These new changes and these new energies are coming in with opportunities to grow and to develop. You're going to be starting new projects, collective. Many of you guys are moving into financial gain and success on massive levels, collective. Massive, massive levels. Spirit say it's payday, it's payday, it's payday, it's payday. Many of you guys are going to be receiving salaries that's out of this world. You know, there's going to be a great demand for your services. There's going to be a great demand for your services. And so don't worry, don't get so consumed with the bills. There's going to be bonuses. There's going to be bonuses, upgrades in your income altogether. Many of you guys have really been intentional about what you want to manifest. I see some of you guys where you're going to be manifesting 10,000. I can see the number 10,000, so clear. 22,000, so clear. Some of you guys are getting ready to have lottery wins, windfalls out of this world, okay? Many of you guys are going to be really getting trust funds. You're going to be creating foundations. Some of you guys could have dogs or wanting a dog, a golden retriever. Some of you guys could have a Pomeranian or a Great Dane or a sheepdog. Some of you guys could be getting a sheepdog. And some of you guys could either be opening farmers markets, like places that sell, you know, organic fruits and vegetables. Some of you guys could be coming out with vegan desserts. Some of you guys could have a real sweet tooth for elephant ears. Many of you guys might be going on Ferris wheels. You guys are going to be just tapping into your inner child and really having fun, not taking life too serious. Many of you guys are going to be doubling up on your squash and zucchini, doubling up on your fiber, cauliflower. Garlic. Many of you guys are really disconnecting from those who have Dracula vampire-like spirits. Somebody said they coming back. Somebody said they are not dead yet. I'm like hearing different things, so I'm gonna speak it as it comes. But hold on, let me see. Hold on. We're learning in this season also that we can't force anything. Everything has to be harmonized together. We can't blend energies. It has to be harmonized. We have to harmonize. We have to harmonize the energy. We can't mix the energy, if that makes any sense, collective. But we've completed the first half. You guys are balanced within your own spirit, and you're moving into this partnership-like union within the self. You guys are really recognizing the authority and the power in that. And then the Cancer is also ancient ancestors who protect us on a cosmic realm, in the soul realm. So many of you guys have spiritual ancestors that are working on your behalf on the physical realm, on every realm, I want to say that you are divinely protected, connected, collective. You're divinely protected, collective. You're divinely You're divinely protected. You're divinely connected. You're divinely protected. You're divinely connected. But every one of us have spiritual ones that are on the front line for us. Every one of you guys, if you're coming across this channel, if this is your first time, welcome again. But I want to let you know that this is not by mistake that you stumbled across this channel. You have spiritual loved ones that are working for you on the other side. You have archangelic assistants, angelic assistants working to get you to where you need to be. So I want to encourage any individual that's even been concerned about their loved ones. Listen, Spirit got a backup plan. Don't worry about them. You just do your part in what you need to do in you, okay? Because Spirit got them. Don't worry. Everybody is being activated on different levels. But there is a separation. There is a separation. But you guys have crossed over. And you have loved ones here to help you in your mission. So, I don't know. Okay, that didn't come up yet. Okay, so I wanted to also mention too, you know, and I don't really understand that part of it yet, but most of the elders in the spiritual community, and I also got a vision on December 23rd in 2012, and it was a vision, and I saw like I saw myself surrounded by, it seemed like men that were like men in black, or that was Secret Service men. And it was like there was some kind of connection to the president. And then it shifted and it looked like it was just chaos all in the earth. But then I heard, like, you know, I didn't really necessarily see it, but I heard in my spirit that the wealth was coming and it was going to be the size of a tsunami. But it was going to be for the ones who were tuned in and tapped in and who know. You were going to have to know. And that is what the age of Aquarius is all about. Now, when I got this vision, collective, I was not in the tarot cards, which is all this is really new. But I've always been very prophetic, very intuitive, very in tune. And so when I got this vision, I remember seeing it, and Spirit was like, the wealth was going to be the size of a tsunami. I didn't understand that we were moving into the Aquarius age, but now all these things are starting to make sense. Because I would come across, you know, elders who would say, you know, we entered into this age in 2013, but I do believe, in that I'm prophetic, I also get things beforehand, because I was asking Spirit, 333 on the timer, you might have been seeing 333, 333, but I was asking Spirit, so what was that about? You know, like when did we actually really move into the age of Aquarius? Because in December of 2019, I remember getting a vision, and it was, I heard the number 6 and 9. I heard the number 6 and 9, and then I also heard in my spirit that we all were being moved into this era where we were going to have to live our truth, and that there were going to be a lot of endings and relationships and connections, and there were going to be new connections, and that there was going to be a great separation. And the number 6 and 9 really stuck out to me, and at that time I didn't know that that was the number of Cancer. Because again, I wasn't indebted into the tarot or just even really understanding astrology. I'm still just like a newbie, but is it really new? Because it's all about remembering. We're all waking up to realize that we've been before. 444 on the timer. You could be 46 or 48. You could be 24. You could be 50 years old. But stay tuned. Listen up. There may be something really significant in this message for you. But I saw that number. Now that year, on June 9th, in the 6th month, on the 9th day, was when George Floyd. And I also saw things happening with the black community, but I didn't understand people color, melanated beings. I didn't understand at that time 6 and 9, just it was just so much, right? So 6 and 9, George Floyd was, he went through that happened with George Floyd on June 9th, the 6th month. And then that catapulted us into the era where all over this planet you started to see people stand up for people, and you get the Black Lives Movement matter take off, and all these different things that was happening. Then all the stuff that happened in government. Okay, so I'm sharing these visions with you guys to let you know that I'm serious about this. This is not a game for me, even though the cards are for entertainment purposes only, and these readings are general, but this message I feel like is way above the shallow level. You know what I'm saying? It's way above just us, when is love gonna happen, and stuff like that. Like, this is just so much more as far as the meat that I'm feeling. But some of you guys could have been seeing crows lately, eagles, rams, or goats. Someone could call you the goat. But the age of Aquarius and the sign of Aquarius is the sign of evolution. So the age of Aquarius and the sign of Aquarius is the age, it's all about evolving. So we're all being pushed. The bag is in evolving. It's not like how it used to be. I'm telling you, collective, and we're going to be so tapped in with these superpowers. I've had visions, and this may sound, totally delusional for you, but whatever your perception is, it becomes your reality. But I'm telling you, we're going to be able to tap in and tune in like the X-Men. I'm talking about moving things with our minds, flying, all kinds of gifts and talents and supernatural hidden talents that we've had. But we're going to have that balance, because we've had it before, but I believe that the abuse of power is what ended it. So now, in order to move into this new realm and these new upgrades, you're going to have that righteous consciousness. You're going to have to really be tuned into your cosmic consciousness, which is the Christ consciousness. Okay, collective? So it's now time for evolution of new creative rulership, because the old era, the powers that have been, are losing. Because every time we wake up, they go bankrupt. The more you wake up, collective, the more they go bankrupt. 28 on the timer, you could be 28 years old. But our ancient rulers are now passing the torch to you, collective. They're passing the torch to the new age rulers to evolve out of this abusive power era. The torch has been passed to you, collective, to move and pass it to you as the new age rulers in this new era, this new dynasty, to evolve out of the abuse of power. Are you going to use your power that you've been given abusively or righteously? Are you going to abuse your authority? Are you going to continue to try to control and manipulate? It's your free will. But if you want to live in that new earth where, we still will have balance, because you're going to have balance, but that is what is required to move into this new earth, collective. And this is how you're going to be judged. How you handle this power and authority that you've been given. Are you going to abuse it, or are you going to use it righteously? It's up to you. The powers that have been our predecessors, our melanated beings, are here assisting us. If we, the collective, abuse, see, the powers, those old folks that have been running things, the powers that have been, they have caused so much turmoil on this planet. But us as melanated beings, if we abuse our power, it will be detrimental to the universe. Pay attention to all the films. They're now showing us in these films that we're multi-dimensional beings. We're on multi-dimensions, okay? But they were first showing us through how the earth was being destroyed, but more of the movies from the Black Panther, all these X-Men films, they're showing us that now the chaos is entering into the universe. So light beings, chosen ones, I'm talking to you. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. Because our predecessors, they abused their powers and they screwed the world up. And now we're having to clean it up. So stay tuned in. This whole process, though, was intended and has been to teach us how to use our powers righteously. How to use our powers righteously. We are the royal family. We are the royal family. Melanated beings, we are the royal family. Stand up, chosen ones. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We have all this on the spread here. The moon card, divine feminine. We had to face things that we were afraid of, that we were fearful of. To move into this 3 of Wands, this success, these ventures that's moving abroad. Many of you guys y'all are painting the world with your desires. You're painting the picture to the spirit of God from within you. And you're getting ready to move in with this Chariot card into divine union with the self. You're in partnership with the self. As we're leaving Virgo, moving into the season of Libra, which is all about partnerships, relationships, love. The planet of Venus has gone direct to 2025. I said earlier, it's so amazing to me because y'all, some of this stuff, I don't know, I'm getting downloads. But Spirit just was showing me how on August 13th, how that was the ending of a cycle and how we're moving into this era where we're now creating and manifesting these loving like unions, and we're moving into this sweet like energy, this loving energy. And I'm telling you, I felt it so strong, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before this. I can't remember what date that was, but y'all, I'm telling y'all, it was so powerful. I'm telling you, listen, as you discipline this mind of yours, your body is going to have to follow suit. The mind controls the body. Discipline the mind and the body will follow. Many of you guys have been doing the inner work. 1968 Olympics is very significant here. But everything that you've come through, collective, everything that you've gone through has prepared you for this very moment in time. Many of you guys are learning how to live in the moment. Spirit says it's time to let the beast out. Some of them are getting they're getting them good lessons. Wow, y'all. And I'm telling you, before the sun rise, pay attention. The blessings are coming in bigger and greater. So whatever you think you've lost is nothing. And I know we say that sometimes and it sounds so cliche, but it's according to your faith. Be it unto you. But right before the big blessing comes in, you might have one of the greatest battles of your life. Some of us have come out of the greatest battles of our lives. But you learning to use your authority properly and not in a very toxic way. 34:14 on the timer. Listen, I always used to quote this scripture a lot. But it's the scripture where Jesus speaks on, I and my Father are one. And I used to always quote it, and I would say, I and my Father are one, and in his house there's many mansions. I would always quote that scripture. But for a very long time, I used to say, well, God, you said greater work shall we do. Why are not the blinded eyes open? Why are people leaving in and out of the church sick? Because, this channel is all about, dealing with and addressing the Christian, because that's my background. That's where I come from. And the negative programming. It's not to attack. any of that because that was part of my foundation. I grew up here in the West, in the Western world where that is, preached and predominated here. So I am well aware that this was part of my assignment. But let me tell you something. I used to quote that scripture and I would be fussing with God. I'd be like, God, you said in your word. And I'd be all radical and pissed off. I don't want to see blinded eyes open. That was me. I question everything. You hear me? But I wrote this down in my notes. When Jesus spoke on I am my Father are one, he was accused of blaspheming. Okay? The Jews took up stones to stone him. They said, for your good works, we're not trying to stone you. We're trying to stone you because you think you know who you are. You think you God. They said, because you blaspheming. You being a man, make yourself God. Oh, what the heck going on? Why the power just went out?